Alright, now let's look at one where tangent has an odd power. So you can see secant has an odd power. That doesn't help us. Tangent has an odd power. So what we do in this case is we save a secant. So we're going to have secant x times secant to the fourth x. And we're going to save a tangent. So we're going to have tangent x, tangent squared x, dx. And these are the two that are really important to us. Eventually, we're going to let u be secant x, and du will be that secant x tangent x that we've saved. So I want u to be secant, so I want to keep that one. I want to convert that one. All right, so let's see. Tangent squared is secant squared minus 1. So this becomes integral. Just going to rearrange a little bit. I'm going to write secant x tangent x times secant to the fourth x times secant squared x minus 1 dx. And now we're ready for our u substitution. U is secant, du works out to be that secant tangent that we saved. So this becomes integral u to the fourth times u squared minus 1 du. That's integral u to the sixth minus u to the fourth du. So it looks like our final answer is 1/7 secant to the seventh x minus 1/5 secant to the fifth x plus c. Alright, so now one more problem. Let's try one where it's in group 3. How about integral of tangent squared x over secant to the fifth x dx. Alright, so you can see that tangent does not have an odd power. Secant does not have an even power. So it doesn't fit into either of those categories. So the general idea here is usually convert things into sines and cosines. So this is going to be integral sine squared x over cosine squared x. That's what tangent is. And then remember, secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So since secant to the fifth is on bottom, that's the same as cosine to the fifth on top. Now we can reduce, and we have sine squared x times cosine cubed x dx, and now we're in a good shape. Now we have cosine with an odd power. Alright, so this becomes sine squared x times cosine x, and then the cosine squared, we replace that by 1 minus sine squared x. U is sine x, du is that cosine x dx that we saved. So this becomes u squared times 1 minus u squared du. And from here, pretty straightforward. Integral of u squared minus u to the fourth du. So final answer is 1/3 sine cubed x minus 1/5 sine of the fifth x plus c. Alright, I hope that works out for you. As you're doing your homework, if you have questions, please send me an email, and I will do my best to get back to you quickly.